Turn me up. My. Oh, you gonna get it now.
So I'm finally getting onto the back piece that I need to make cut for there, or the plate for there that's going to be mounted to. So what I've got is I've got some Correx board here, just the offcut that we had. So I'm going to try and mark it at the bottom with a permanent marker and cut it out, make sure it fits properly, and then from there I will then transfer that onto my design program and make templates until I get it right, that it fits properly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it CNC'd out of probably, I think, about a 4mm aluminium, and then that should work for there. But I'm going to trace it quickly, cut it, and then I'll show you. So this is pretty much what I've got now. The seat is in place, so the plate would pretty much sit like that. Just cut this out for the passenger seat clip, so that'll be there. But what I'll do is I'm going to try and do a bit of a design on here where there's more cut out holes and type of thing, so it looks a little bit more ragged. But that's kind of the idea. I think it'll work. So it's almost to create like a little, not a parcel shelf, but almost like something that if I need to strap something down onto here, so I need to go and get parts or something, I can jump on the bike, strap it down on here. So what's then I like then is I can probably then cut some of these extra little brackets off. Okay, I think that there's another plastic under tray that sits under here to hide everything away, so I think that'll kind of give it a nice look from that angle there. So yeah, getting there. I'm now going to try and transfer this over to my design program, and then I guess I'll just take it from there. I'm also going to try and match it up with the existing bracket that sits at the back, just to make sure that all the holes are lined up. What I also need to do is on that, there should be slits in here for the passenger seat to clip into. So I'll make use of the existing bracket, mark the places on here, and then I'll transfer it over. Well, the other template didn't really work. I don't actually think about where no, wrong seat, where these would need to clip into or to hold it in place. So basically trace that onto that, so that's kind of in place. But now the other issue I'm sitting with is that seat clips into there, it slides in and it goes in. Now if I'm only going to be making a flat plate, I'm not going to have the space for the seat to clip in, so I'm probably then going to have to somehow put spaces underneath this, so it'll probably sit at that kind of an angle, and that would then allow for the seat to clip in. It clips in there. Okay, well, these things are on the way now, but that's kind of where it's going to go. So I think that's kind of going the way I wanted. Clip in, slide in, and then yeah, so now basically what I need to do from now is see where to trim it off, because like I said, this is basically a replica of that, so everything will bolt into place the same way. These two bolts here is what sits there, so either would need to get little spaces to sit up here as well, just to strengthen it, or I don't know. But yeah, basically it's gonna have to get cut here somewhere. I'm thinking probably literally on that line there, So straight down there, cut it off there, and then see what it looks like. Okay, a little bit of trimming. So I've taken the back off so that's in line with the tail light. Now the only thing is, because of where the seat needs to clip in there, I'm probably going to have to kind of make that line like that. I just don't know how it's going to look, but yeah, we'll keep on trimming and see. Now this could work. So it's kind of what it's going to look like, obviously not white, just using this car export as a template. Now, what I did realize is that this whole subframe is kind of twisted a bit, but whatever, don't really care. Bike ride, so it's all that matters. But yeah, so this will get spaced off the frame, just so that the seat can clip into here. Decided to quickly give this quick sand. This is a bracket that holds the tail light at the back, so I quickly spray it black, and then I'm going to get onto. So I've taken the number plate off because I mounted it skew, but I'll show you guys later. Right, so the first template or the first sample is done. We just cut it out of clear perspex, but rookie mistake, I didn't center the plate, so you can see the gap there versus the gap there is a little bit off. So when I fixed the template, I've had to move this hole over like a mil, and I've made that a little bit bigger for where the seat clips in. So I'm going to get another one cut, so that I can see if it's 100% correct, and then we can get the black or the aluminium cut all sprayed. Then while I had everything off, I decided to quickly give this it's really scratched. Wonderful. Just decided to quickly paint this aluminium bracket black that Rainer helped me with. I took the number plate off so that I could clean it up and get the double-sided tape off, because these screws, stupid, I was in a rush today, I put it on, these screws were still in there. It was pushing it out, so obviously you just want to take that out. So also just had to cut a little groove in there, because this sits like that, and it was just pushing the wires or crushing the wires, and I don't want that. So I'll put this back together, and then I'll go put this on the bike, and then I'll wait for the new template. Okay, so I've got the second template now made. Just kind of stuffed it up because it's only perspex. So for now, let me just take this off. So I just forced it a bit so I broke there. But again, this is just for a template, so it just means that I need to move these holes a little bit outwards, and make it a little bit bigger. So I've made those little adjustments on the file. I've made this slightly bigger because it is quite tight in there. Made that slightly bigger. Made these holes slightly bigger. But now I need to try and figure out, so these holes, those two holes there and these two holes here, need to move slightly. So I've literally now put the other seat in place, put this seat in place, and the biggest deciding factor of the spacing. Okay, so once that's clipped in, once it's clipped in there, then it's kind of centered. Front seat's also keeping it in center, so now you basically see there. So there they don't line up. There it kind of lines up. I need to try and keep this in place somehow so that I can mark that properly, and then also for the front holes, those are also not really going to line up. So I think what I'll just try and do is even just use tape this down, to keep it in place, and then when I remove the seat, then I'll be able to see where all the holes need to go and make that adjustment, and I think then we're good to go. Then I can order the aluminium unit, but it doesn't look bad at all. I just don't want to keep the seat on permanently. Other thing I also want to try and do is, you can see the entire subframe is kind of bent, so what I'm going to do there is do a bushveld fix. I'm literally going to try and take a metal pipe, put it in like this, and then just kind of twist it back into place. I think that is going to be the easiest and the best way of doing it. So I'll catch you guys up again. This, after a lot of trying and testing, we finally got it right. So it fits quite well. Again, this is now the third sample that we've made. So yeah, that fits well. Obviously with as time went on, these locators have kind of moved. So I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna heat them up and just bend them in a little bit, but otherwise everything seems to line up quite well. You can see under there, lines up. It'll just clip in. Same with this side. Then once it's now in, yeah, everything fits properly. So okay, so now I'm gonna send the file to get the aluminium cut. I'm just gonna need longer screws and little spacers for in the back here, and then the same in the front there. Because I see this, like I mentioned, this needs to sit up a bit in order for these slides to kind of clip in and slide in and then clip in. So all good, finally getting somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna get the aluminium, the formal aluminium cut. Hopefully we'll just spray it black, give it a satin black, or yeah, maybe just a satin black or a gloss black spray paint with a white, with a clear coat over it, just to protect it from when the seat slides in and out the whole time. But I think we finally got it. So once this is now sorted, then I can do the kind of a mud tray or the mud flap, whatever it's called, sits in here. So I need to trim that as well, just so that it looks the part, and then we're pretty much done. Then it's just all the little nitty-gritty things I need to sort out. Oh, got the indicator sorted finally. Got a new relay from Neil. Now if I go to the right, see they flash. Obviously because there's LEDs at the back, it's going to flash a little bit quicker. And then the left, it did work this morning. Maybe the bike has to be on. Let me check. Anyway, it worked this morning, so I'll just have to check it out and see what's going on there. Because now the left hand side indicator, you have to keep on pressing, press for it to flash. The right hand side now works. But anyway, yeah, I'll show you guys once I've got the plate and we've mounted it and it's all sorted, and then take it from there. Finally time to get these seats recovered. So I'm on my way to see, this one is nice, but I mean it's still in good nick, but I'm not gonna recover this and then have that one look different, even though I'm not always going to be running this passenger seat. So yeah, taking it to MC Auto Trimmers. He's going to recover it for me, and hopefully in a day or so I'll be able to get it back. So finally we're making some progress on the bike. Had the seats recovered, look absolutely amazing. So this was done for me through MC Auto Trimmers here in Randburg. If anyone wants any details, I'll can post it and let you know. But yeah, the seats look absolutely amazing. Very nice, kind of a grippy feel to the seats. Got my plates done. So the plates are done actually out of 3mm aluminium, sprayed satin black. So yeah, that's just, I'm going to try and fit these today. Got some spaces, probably just need to cut these down where they're going to sit, but I'm going to try and mount it now and see what's going on. Alright, made some progress. So plate is on. That's quite cool. These small little spaces, obviously now with putting it on, scratched, and so I still need to make those black. I think the biggest issue at this point is we're struggling to fit the seat properly because it's catching on there. And now the reason for that is obviously still the subframe that's bent. You can see it's up that side. So what I'm going to do is just get a big crowbar, heat up the bar, obviously take this off, heat up the actual bars, put a crowbar in that way, and just slightly twist it till that's in the right position. And then the same with this bracket for the rear foot peg. As you can see, I went down a sidewalk the other day, and with this being bent in, it caught on there. So then also cut this bracket, this mud guard, so that kind of sits much better in there now. Slight bit of trimming I still need to do, so I'm going to cut it off there, clean this whole edge up here, trim it off there a little bit, and then yeah, once that's in properly, I can make some I don't know, somehow, I don't know, I need to figure out a way of, because in the front there it clips in there, and then you get the press studs that pushes in the sides. But I think once it's in, let's just make a plan to attach it somehow. So either straight through this bracket, or that's just literally just to hold the back up. It's nothing major, but we actually getting there. So I think next up, I'm not going to do anything else today. Got other couple of things to do. So next up, obviously, again, take the plate off, get the crowbar, bend the subframe and that side straight. Then the seat will fit a lot better. You can actually clip it in. I did have to just shave a little bit off the bottom here. I'm going to have to do a little bit more so it fits in. It's also a little bit tight because of the new covering. But again, it's not the end of the world. It will fit properly and look something like that. And then also got some flat bar aluminium so that I can make the bracket. It goes from here up to here just to stabilize it, because when I'm driving you get that bouncing effect the whole time. So again, once that's done, bracket made, or the stabilizer bar kind of made, I can then sort out all the wiring, tuck it away, put it in the sheathing, and then after that we are going to relocate the oil cooler, because now once again somehow it's pushing out, and I figured out why, and it's the most obvious reason why the pipes keep kinking is because this is mounted on this, I don't know if you call it a control arm, suspension arm, but this moves up and down as you're going over bumps and stuff. So obviously those are going to kink. So yeah, not a great place to put this. This is going to get mounted, I think, somewhere in front of the motor here, and have longer pipes. So if there's longer pipes, won't kink as easily. And I think that is kind of the idea for now. Then obviously the forks also won't catch on there. The shock won't catch on the back. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Next up I'll show you guys once I've sorted the back out, and I think, yeah, I just want to tidy up the back, and I think then that's going to be it for this episode.